Hello. I wanted to talk to you about why real-world opportunities are your absolute best friend in dog training. And this is because all of the skills that you're taking the time to teach your dog during a training session or during the many training sessions that you've had, this is a chance to actually link that between practicing, if you like, and putting them into practice in real-world situations, which then means that you're going to be incorporating those skills that you've taught your dog and you've learned yourself into your lifestyle every day. And this is where utilising real-world opportunities makes it so easy to feel like you're not actually training when you are indeed training with your dog. And every time we are with our dog, whether we are aware of it or not, we are training them. And so I really want you to focus on trying to see as many real-world opportunities that you can and incorporate those skills that you've learned and the skills that you've taught your dog, and that might be even a basic sit or even how to follow a hand target, to look at you, even to walk on a loose leash. Also taking a deep breath, that's a very important skill for our dogs to be able to perform, because it's actually having physiological changes on their sympathetic nervous system. It's helping to slow their heart rate, it's helping to slow down their breathing, and also just help them to be more focused on a particular task at hand that you'd like to teach them, or just in general getting their focus. Now, I wanted to link in a concept called bias in with real-world opportunities. And the reason why I wanted to talk to you about the concept of bias is because we all have it, and we can be very unaware that we have it sometimes. Now, having bias means an inclination for something or a prejudice against something. And oftentimes when we are thinking with bias, it can make us very closed-minded. And when I'm saying closed-minded, I'm wanting you to think of that not so much as a criticism, but as a missed opportunity. Because if we are, for whatever reason, we might not want to teach our dog a particular exercise or a skill because we don't have time, we're not sure how we might be able to teach our dog or learn that ourselves to then teach our dog. And also, importantly, as professional dog trainers like myself, it's important that I don't have bias when I'm training with individual dogs, because it's going to be detrimental to their progress. It's important for me to have an open mind when I'm training and not to be guided by things like we don't have time to train or we don't want to do that, because oftentimes when we find that we don't have time, or it's too difficult, it's too hard, it's too time consuming, we can't fit that into our lifestyle, that is the very time where we need to take a step back and just stop and invest quality time and a quality mindset, because that will save us time in the long run. And of course, there's no quick fixes or shortcuts in behaviour or the science of emotion, and I've mentioned that in other videos. But getting back to the real world opportunities, if we are looking at every real world situation that our dog is in, environmentally wise, then we're going to be more open-minded to see the answers and see potential solutions that we can incorporate into everyday situations where we might want our dog to perform in an acceptable way or in a desirable way. And so I want you to focus on real world opportunities, because this is where you'll be able to put all of those techniques, some of those techniques that I mentioned previously in the video, you'll be able to put those into action, but also link lots of different techniques together. So for example, a very simple one is following a hand technique. You can ask your dog to simply follow your hand and go to their mat, or you could ask your dog to move to a different location if they might be in your way and you need to get through a hallway or something like that. They might be blocking your path. You can use your follow the hand technique to ask them to choose to move to a different location out of your way. If you're cooking in the kitchen and your dog likes to wander in and watch you cooking or is looking for some tidbits, you can use your follow the hand technique to guide them back out of the kitchen and back towards their mat and help them settle with something that they enjoy doing, like a food puzzle toy or just a long-lasting chew item that they might enjoy. So the versatility of the skills that you're learning have so many applications in real world situations, and it's just up to us to look at all of those situations with a fresh pair of eyes and use them in an innovative way. And for example, another really interesting way to use the follow the hand technique is to invite our dogs off a couch if we don't want them sitting on the couch, or if they're on our bed and we'd like them to get off the bed. Rather than putting our hands on our dogs and forcing them, we're actually using a very unique skill of teaching our dog to follow a hand target and getting them to choose to move off the bed. And of course, we can make that even more interesting for them and rewarding for them by having some high quality, high value treats on hand to help coax them off the bed. So there's so many different ways that you can use very simple techniques in so many different real world situations. Using our eyes as a target, getting our dog to look at us. Again, a real world opportunity, getting your dog to focus back on you in case there may be some minor distractions, whether they're noise distractions or visual distractions. This can be very useful to link onto other behaviours. Asking your dog to sit at a doorway in case your dog likes to run through the doorway in excitement. For example, if you've just put them on their leash and you're going to go for a walk, teaching your dog to sit at the doorway and then look at you can extend their focus and their concentration on you. So linking these very simple techniques in real world situations is also very valuable, because you're increasing not just your experience, but you're also helping your dog to become more consistent, and you're also helping your dog to get into a routine. And you're also helping to manage your dog's excitement levels. And this is extremely important, especially when we consider so many situations where our dogs can become excited, but then it's difficult for us to bring their excitement levels down. And so linking your techniques in those real world opportunities is also going to be extremely valuable, but very simple. So the main message is really about your perception of how you're training and how you view training. And so when we look at real world situations and real world opportunities as an absolute gold mine of experience and application, then that's where we're going to be able to change our perception from one of bias, where we might be thinking we don't have enough time, this is too difficult, there's no way I can incorporate this into my lifestyle easily. We see that with the power of using real world opportunities, we see that that becomes effortless and second nature to us. And most importantly, it is very predictable and our dog sees us as a reliable guardian. So I think that's where we'll finish the video here, and we'll talk again soon.